let's say you are correct with all the God stuff. How do you know that Christianity is that God? How do you know that Jesus was right? I'm not like
Yeah.
disrespecting your religion.
No, these are great questions. Yeah, I'm glad you're asking it. The reason why I know specifically it's Christianity is because what we observe from the universe is consistent with what Christianity teaches. Now, that's not unique just to Christianity, but the reason why it's specifically Christian is that God has come down in the person of Jesus. Jesus claimed to be God. Other people have claimed to be God too, but Jesus proved his claims by doing various miracles, rising from the dead 3 days after he died, and so on. When you don't have others who claim to be
Wait,
God doing things like that.
wait,
Go for
yes,
it.
my friend downstairs on this dorm claimed that he was God, and
Yeah.
well, he told me, and other people also told me that we've seen him walk on water, make water into wine, and flow and fly and do all these magic tricks. And they told me this. They told me this. I can believe it. That's why I tell you this right now. I think he's God.
The difference is that with Jesus, this is not just done in a corner. Two people saw this, and we just have to trust those two people. This is done in public. So many people saw his death on the cross and his resurrection from the dead. It was a very public event, and many of his other miracles were public events.
And how do you know so many people saw this event?
From the historical accounts. So we don't even just have records in the Bible about it, but we have external sources from the Bible from the first century recording the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Even the official Roman historian Tacitus records about it. Josephus, who was a Jewish historian from the first century, recording about these things. Even the very people who said Jesus died and rose from the dead, they were even willing to be put to death for saying that Jesus died and rose from the dead. If they had just made up this idea just because they're playing a joke on people, they wouldn't have been willing to die for it. But instead, we see them willing to do
Why
it.
wouldn't they be willing to die?
How about
The same
about,
reason why,
like,
if you were to
Muhammad?
make up a lie today and someone was to say, look, either you recant that idea and you'll live, or otherwise you get killed for that, you'd be like, hey, look, I'm just messing around, I was making up something. Because,
I'll get killed for that. I'll get killed for that. I'll do it.
well, now
about-
you're just being unreasonable.
How about, like, obviously a lot of people died for Muhammad. He claimed that he saw the angel Gabriel, right? What do you have to refute that? That
Yeah.
isn't the same thing that you're saying about Jesus.
Good question. So what we have with Muhammad is the only one who's claiming, look, I saw an angel talk to me. And the others are just believing what Muhammad's saying. They're not actually witnessing it themselves, saying, yeah, we saw Muhammad talk to this angel. Many people do die for what they believe to be true. No doubt about that. But nobody dies for what they know is false. Something they know they've completely made up.